64K Retro Gaming Goodness.
Hey, Bastish B here for 64K and welcome to episode number 4 of Retro Remakes. So, if you've never watched this show before, I take a look at remakes of classic computer and console games, official and unofficial. And the game we're going to have a look at today is Sonic Triple Trouble, originally released on the Sega Game Gear in 1994, but it's got recently remade on the PC in 2022 under the name Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. But before we look at that one, let's go back to the original. Sonic Triple Trouble, also known as Sonic and Tails 2 in Japan, was released on the Game Gear by Sega in 1994 and developed by Aspect, a Japanese software developer formed in 1991 in Ikebukuro, Japan. They worked on over 30 games until their eventual closure in 2018. A large majority of those games were on handhelds like the Game Gear, WonderSwan and 3DS. They were also responsible for many of Sonic's 8-bit outings on both the Master System and Game Gear, including today's game, as well as the awesome Tails Adventure and Sonic Chaos, to name a few. Triple Trouble is in fact a sequel to Sonic Chaos, a previous 1993 Master System and Game Gear release. The game itself does a great job of capturing that 16-bit stylings of the Mega Drive titles, spread across 6 diverse zones with 3 levels in each, plus bonus stages, mixing up the usual platforming action formula the series is known for. In this one you can choose to either play Sonic or Tails in the beginning, with each character having their own useful abilities. Sonic has speed and the boost ability from Sonic CD, and Tails as usual can fly for short bursts of time. Both these characters' abilities allow certain maps to be explored easier, so playing the game through twice will give you a different experience. Your mission as usual is to stop Robotnik from using the Chaos Emeralds. He's also aided this time by Knuckles as his henchman, and they also introduced the new character, Knack the Wild West Weasel, on his own hunt for the powerful emeralds. The game overall scored really well in magazines of the time, regarded as most by one of the best Game Gear Sonic games, despite the fact that the game is way too easy. And now that you know a little bit about the origins, let's check out the new version. Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit is an unofficial remake released in August of 2022 by Noah Copeland for Windows, and an Android version is currently being worked on as of making this. A game that he built single-handedly using the Game Maker Studio engine. This game is so well put together, taking all the levels of the Game Gear original and changing out the layouts and adding new enemies and tweaks all over the place, all done in the look and style of a 16-bit Mega Drive Genesis Sonic game, right down to the smallest details. Not only visually is it on point, but the music is also upgraded to 16-bit style, with a host of really great gameplay additions and options that you would expect if this was originally converted back in the 90s. I like how Noah has managed to add a lot of gameplay additions to the game, but still hasn't veered off the tracks to feel completely different. It's just enough to keep the original feel intact, besides the new stage layouts giving them a much bigger scope and depth, and some new 3D special stages, which is always cool. The best change is being able to switch between Sonic and Tails on the fly during gameplay. You no longer have to choose a character in the beginning, which makes the game now feel like a co-op game but only single player, with sequences that are clearly designed to be better for one character or the other to navigate. It's really cool. He manages to nail the gameplay as well, with full modern gamepad support of course, but those 16-bit graphics are just spot on, reminding me of the excellent Sonic Mania, one of my favorite Sonic games ever, next to Sonic 2 and Sonic CD. Other notable options include support for either 16:9 ratio or classic 4:3, and multiple language settings, and a whole host of mini multiplayer games to jam against a friend couch co-op style. This is a wonderful remake, not only bringing this 8-bit gem to a 16-bit style, but adding to it in so many ways. All we need now is Sega to acknowledge it so we can get a glorious physical version of this Sonic Mania style. And another excellent unofficial remake. I'll leave links in the description so you can download it for free. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, please have a look. I got Rescue on Fractalus, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Eye of the Beholder, all excellent remakes. Thanks for joining me, Bastish B, at 64K. I hope you had a good time. And if you can please like and subscribe, that'll be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.